What is up, everybody? Welcome to Watch Out World. We got some UFO news. We got a Bigfoot roaming through my backyard. My shirt's wrinkled as shit, and I don't even care because no one's watching. Let's get into it. So it said these recent meteorites that are falling from the sky are abnormal, and they've been abnormally frequent. I don't know. I haven't really looked into it. Who's to say if it's abnormally frequent? But it said that these things are have some kind of correlation with Bigfoot, the recent Bigfoot sightings in Ohio. Where they're being found is probably about 40 minutes south of where I live. Do I want to go find Bigfoot? I mean, are you guys ready for that? Because if I go out there and find Bigfoot, I'm taking this man down. I'm getting him in a figure 4 leg lock, and it's over. All right. I don't know. I Google it, and AI says Ohio is a significant hotspot for Bigfoot activity, ranking 4th in the nation for reported sightings. Recent sightings in March of 26 in Portage and Trumbull counties have sparked a surge of local interest, with witnesses describing 6 to 10 foot dark ape-like figures, often referred to as flap or 2026 Ohio Bigfoot flap. I don't know what that means. Don't tell anybody. I don't know what that means. Oh, a flap. Yeah. That's what I was saying. I was like, you know, basic flap activity. This video discusses the recent surge of reported Bigfoot sightings in Northeast Ohio.
12 minutes past the hour right now, so I don't know if you've heard of the multiple reports. Northeast Ohio is on Bigfoot watch with at least 6 encounters reported in just 5 days, and that's the latest update from the Bigfoot Society itself.
Now, most of these sightings are coming from the Portage County area near Manaway Center, Garrettsville, and the surrounding wooded trails.
This is file footage that we're going to show you here of witnesses say they have seen large, dark, human-like figures, much like these, moving quickly through the woods. Now, no clear evidence has emerged to confirm the encounters, but the frequency has certainly grabbed an awful lot of attention online, not just here in Ohio, but even nationwide.
That video looks a little shady to me in this day of sharp-eyed people.
Even nationwide. So when did this happen? Because I'm a little behind, okay? I like to give my Bigfoot at least a week head start. I mean, just to make it fair. That was March 11th. Way behind, man. Okay. I'll give him a month head start. Now, I don't know if I can even get out there. I'm really busy, you know? If this happens by some miracle to end up in the hands of somebody here that is hunting Bigfoot, hit me up. I'll go with you.
Looking for AI.
Well, it's file footage. Yeah. We don't know how
it
old
is
it
file
is,
footage.
right?
We don't know how they tinkered with it. Yes. Yeah. Yes, but our very own Sasquatch spotter himself, Mike Polk Jr., joins us with the latest. You were put on this story today.
Exciting times. It's the hottest story, so they sent their lead reporter, and I understand. Thanks. As you can imagine, all the social media buzz had me heading out around my town to find and hunt for answers. And as it turns out, Ohio has some surprising claims to fame when it comes to state rankings. We're #1 at producing rubber and plastics. We rank 4th in tomato production, 5th in soybeans, and boast the most haunted houses of any state in the union. Take that, Pennsylvania. But here's one you might not expect. Ohio is 4th in the nation for reported Bigfoot sightings, just behind Washington, California, and Florida. And based on last week's flurry of local reports, Florida might want to...
What? I'm going to get me a Bigfoot. I'm going to mount and stuff. I mean, you know, like mount and stuff the Never mind. Don't worry about it. I might just mount him to show my dominance before I get him down, right? Mount him a little bit. Choke his ass out, right? Poke him in the eyes. I'm gonna look into this, because I did not know that. Let me tell you something, man. It is scary out in the woods around here. Okay, I don't know if I can do this. I got a video coming up where I'm gonna show us out in the woods, and it's terrifying.
Step up its Yeti game, or the Buckeye State could be coming for that bronze. So why is this concentration of sightings happening right here, right now? What's behind this Sasquatch surge, and how concerned should Northeast Ohioans be? Our viewers deserve answers, so I spoke with Jeremiah Byron from the Bigfoot Society podcast, who has been tracking this recent rash of sightings and speaking directly with several witnesses. Here's what he had to say.
Well, looking at the map, that's something I've been trying to figure out too. And I don't know if it means this is some kind of migration. There's people that have theorized maybe there's mating going on.
I will say, in this era of everyone has a phone in their pocket, has anyone able to grab a picture of any of these to send to you? Have you seen any actual evidence?
Solid question. So it is a very interesting age that we're living in, because it's not only owning a phone, but it's also AI. So
this is what I'm wondering, because they've had a rash of multiple sightings, and show me, like, why? What do you have?
Getting a photo, I am, which I've gotten at least one, but you do a reverse image search on Google for it. It's a photo that's been used before. That's a total fake. Most of these witnesses were not out looking for Bigfoot. They're out taking their dog out, or they're driving somewhere, or they're hiking. They're not expecting this, so they don't have their phones ready. And a lot of these encounters were anywhere from 3 to 5 seconds.
Well, Jeremiah told me that what makes this recent spate of local sightings so noteworthy is the unique concentration of the reports, both chronologically and geographically. He says that there has not been such an intense rash of Bigfoot encounters anywhere in the country since the late 1970s, you guys. Isn't that something, huh?
West Branch State Park. Okay, because I have to look for this. Let me see. Okay. All right. This is weird. I had West Branch State Park, okay? Heather and I went out there to make a video, okay? There's a witch's graveyard out there, okay? I'll show you a clip here. Oh, how should I do this? We went out there 2 years ago, and something absolutely insane happened to me. I'm going to show you the clip right now of what I said afterwards, and I wish I would have never turned my camera off, okay? It is 7 o'clock. Do you know where your children are?
With their grandma. Do you know where your children are?
In a tube sock somewhere. I don't even know if I can see myself.
I know. I recorded a whole video. I can't tell if I'm looking at what I'm looking at.
So maybe we should let everybody know what we're doing.
We're at the witch's graveyard.
We're at the witch's graveyard.
Quote unquote.
No. We're not there yet. We got to go rummage through the woods.
Okay, well that's what we're doing.
That's what we're doing.
That's what we're doing.
I want to give an update on what happened 3 minutes after we turned off the cameras. We got back to the car. She's sitting right where she's at. I am outside the car putting my shit away. And it sounded like what?
It sounded like the leaves rustling and then someone running up on the car real quick, like
like heavy feet.
Very heavy feet.
I'm looking around, looking for someone. I shit you not, I thought somebody was outside of this car.
I thought you dropped something. Like, it sounded almost, how close it got to the car, it sounded like you dropped the camera and the thing, and it felt like was like doo out of the car. But it was sitting right here, and you were standing there looking at me like you just seen a ghost. And like,
did I drop anything outside the fucking car now that I'm thinking about it?
I don't think.
But that was in front of the fucking car.
Yeah, I mean, it came from there to there, but when I heard it, it was like right here by the door. So
it was up there.
I don't know, babe. And then when we turned the car on, the radio comes on, but instead of the radio coming on, it was just like interference, making weird noises.
I have no idea, but I really wish I would not have turned off the cameras.
Yeah, and then when we tried to just document that happened, it stopped recording. It didn't record our video.
I don't know what's going on.
It was weird. It's just a lot of weird going on.
A lot of weird shit happened when we turned off the car, or the cameras.
Yeah, just a whole bunch of stuff just started going on. It was very weird.
All right, just thought I'd give you that.
Heads up.
I really wish I wouldn't have turned off the cameras. Goodbye. So, let me show you. Let me show you what we got here, okay? This is West Branch State Park, if you can see that. I'm sorry, right here. Can you see it? Now, I live in Akron. This is 35, 40 minutes away, right? It's not that far away. We come up here, we get off on 14, we come up Talmadge Road. That should be Talmadge right there. Yep. And then we make a left on some weird named road. I think it's this one. Yep. Porter. And it dead ends right in here. This is the trail that we took. Okay. And there is a witch's graveyard out here. All right. And we never actually found it. We still have to go back out there and look for it to do the second part of the video. I wanted it to be like a Halloween special thing. But we never went back out there. But there is another little cemetery that a family was buried in. We found that. And when that's what happened. What I just showed you is what happened when we got back from walking back and we put all our cameras in the car. And I'm telling you, it was like, I looked up and I literally thought I was going to see somebody standing there and nobody was there. It sounded like someone running full speed and then like stopping with their feet. It was insane. And it's crazy that they're getting these Bigfoot sites around here. But let me tell you, if they did walk through here, someone would see them because there is a lot of activity around this lake. Okay. A lot. I mean, you have people jogging through there, biking, camping. People live there. Hell, there's even a military base around here. Somewhere. I know it's there. It's called the Ravenna Arsenal. So there's no way a Bigfoot's getting through there without being seen. Okay. I don't know. What else did this thing say? They had a little map here. So there's West Branch, then you got Garrettsville up north. So they're up north of it. Tracking. All right, I'm gonna save this. Maybe we'll get out and do some Bigfoot hunting, okay? I'm telling you what, man. I don't even know if I can do this because like I have plantar fasciitis in my foot, and like, man, I'll go out there and I'll be stuck out there because I walk for like 5 minutes and my fucking foot starts hurting. I don't know. It sucks. All right, what do we got next? Oh, so they think the meteorites have something to do with this. I'm really not sure. I don't know where they're getting this from. They think the meteorites have some kind of connection with the recent migration or uptick in sightings in Bigfoot. I don't know. Man, my fucking eyes. Let's see what we can find on it. I don't know. I'm not really getting anything here. I thought people were saying there was some kind of connection between the meteors and these Bigfoot sightings. I have no idea. But that's what we got going on here in Ohio. So Casey Musgrave, I believe she's a country singer, had an experience seeing some strange things in the sky. Here's what she has to say about it.
I flew from Fort Worth to Nashville. It was me and one of my managers, Bobby. And we just had the craziest orb UFO experience. He saw it with me. This is not the first time I've seen many crazy things. I mean, literally, keep looking up. I've seen fire burning in the sky, things that I can't explain. So yeah, this is not the first time, but we just watched these orbs. There was 3 of them. I noticed them. I'm a noticer. I'm always noticing things, but I was about to lay down and take a nap, and I saw these lights that caught my eye that just didn't look normal, and I watched them for a minute, and they were definitely like trailing each other, moving. Anyways, they were about 50,000 feet up probably. We watched them for maybe like 45 minutes. I have videos, and so yeah, it looks like I filmed on my toaster, but that's the quality, that's what we're working with. I have an iPhone 17, wow. So like, but it was just hard to focus because they were far off and it's night time. But like, these orbs were not moving like any craft that we can control. They were intermittently coming and going, forming triangle patterns. They were kind of an orangish color. Sometimes they would get extremely bright and change color, change size. The craziest thing is, so they followed us from about Little Rock area. That's when I noticed them, all the way to Nashville. And we landed, and Bobby and I were like, oh my God, like this is insane. Anyway, the pilots, come back, open the door, whatever, and we're like, did y'all just see something weird? And they're like, 3 orbs off in the sky, and we were like, yeah. And both pilots were laughing kind of, and they were like, yeah, we have seen these every single night, and all the other pilots are seeing them too, and nobody knows what they are. And one of the pilots said, wow. he said, yeah, I was in New York last night and I saw him. And the other pilot said, yeah, and I was in Dallas and I saw him also. So I just made it back home, and like, I'm of course like, holy, like, I'm gonna sleep. I just saw him. So is anyone else seeing these out there?
All right, I just want to let you guys know that 2 of the beeps was, she said fuck, and then the other one, she said shit. So pretty interesting. Then we have some other news. We have Representative Tim Burkett urges President Trump to release government files on aliens and UFOs. He wants transparency and government spending for UAP ... Speaking to Fox News, the big weekend show, Burkett urged Trump to peel back the layers of that onion. Let America decide if we can handle it. I think we can handle it. I don't think you can. I can. I don't think you can. Burkett also said he's been briefed on some things that he called pretty wild. He quotes, "It's not about little green man. It's not about dadgum flying saucers," Burkett said. It's about what are we spending tens of our millions of our dollars on when some alphabet agency tells me they don't exist, and then again, another department within that department tells me that they do exist. And he added, I think that America needs to know that stuff, and we need to know what the heck we're spending that money on to study. So maybe he'll say, you know, okay, man, get off my back about it, all right? And he'll just release these things, you know? And then we got people disappearing. I don't know, man. Stephen Garcia's disappearance, similar to 9 other UFO insiders. Garcia marked the 10th official to have been reported missing, which reporter and podcast Lauren Conlon says is chilling based on the similarities to Neil McCasland, who went missing in the Albuquerque area last month.
Nearly 3 years later, there is renewed interest in what happened to Michael David Hicks. Why? Hicks, at the time, his death barely made headlines. But now, nearly 3 years later, there is renewed interest in what happened to Michael David Hicks. Why? Hicks, a NASA scientist who spent decades studying asteroids and deep space, died in 2023 at the age of 59. No public cause of death has ever been released. Now, Hicks worked on major missions, including NASA's DART project, which tested whether humans could deflect asteroids, earlier deep space missions studying comets. His death is now being discussed alongside other cases involving researchers connected to NASA, missile systems, nuclear technology, who have either died or disappeared. Among them, a NASA-related researcher honored for breakthrough work who also died with little public attention, a NASA director who disappeared and has not been found, a fusion scientist working on next-generation energy killed in what investigators have described as a targeted attack, a retired Air Force general, deep knowledge of advanced technology, who reportedly walked away from his home and vanished. The McCaslin case, we've talked about that. How about an astrophysicist shot and killed outside his home? A family member of that astrophysicist spoke with one of our producers earlier today. They told us exclusively they believe his death was an isolated incident and is not connected to the other cases. Now, importantly, and to be clear, there is no confirmed evidence publicly linking any of the deaths or disappearances, and officials have not said that they're connected, but former intelligence and law enforcement officials note that scientists working in sensitive fields have long been targets for foreign intelligence operation. Members of Congress are calling for closer scrutiny, saying the number and name.
I mean, at this point, why would you want to work for him? How do you have anybody working for you at this point?
Nature of these cases warrant attention. It's all strange. Yeah, that's clear. But are these separate and unrelated tragedies, or could there be overlapping risks that are not yet fully understood? It's time to bring in Lauren Conlon, Los Angeles Magazine contributor who's been following this. Great to see you. Wearing green, by the way, in support of her theory that we're not alone, little green men.
We
right?
are not alone.
Okay.
We are not alone, Jesse.
Very appropriate.
Yep.
Anything you're seeing that would suggest there's a pattern or any of these are connected?
Absolutely. I mean, we are seeing a pattern, and the most striking thing for me is Monica Riza and General McCaslin. I mean, Monica Riza worked closely with General McCaslin, and she disappeared under extremely, extremely disturbing and mysterious circumstances. And reportedly, she co-patented a super alloy that was going to be used for rocket propulsion. She knew a lot. General McCaslin knew a lot. They worked at Wright-Patterson, where reportedly they're holding debris from extraterrestrial creatures from Roswell. And I believe that. I believe those two knew a lot. And Monica Riza, her disappearance, I mean, the fact that she was hiking with a friend or two, I mean, it's a little bit unclear, some of the information. But the fact that she was right behind them, 30 feet behind them, and then she disappeared just out of nowhere. I mean, literally, they found a hat, and apparently her scent stopped at the hat, and that was it. And then Neil McCaslin, I mean, you have to.
They're using her own alien technology to oust him. Hey, thanks for researching this, back engineering this. Let's see if it works. Phaser to disintegrate. Beep, beep, pew. Beep, beep, pew. Beep, pew.
To wonder the timing. President Trump saying, you know, I'm going to release these files, and then 6 days later, Neil McCaslin goes missing. I don't think that he was kidnapped and tortured for classified information. I don't. I think something went off in his head.
What about this? You mentioned this 325 meeting that's somehow part of it?
Yes, so I did mention to you off camera that there was a meeting, a SCIF meeting, basically, where they do this in an
secure
isolated
facility. Yeah.
Yes, a secured facility. And there was Democrats, Republicans, because this is a very bipartisan topic. They're both very interested. And General McCaslin, his disappearance was discussed. UAPs were discussed. So I don't think this story is going away, Jesse.
Is the Michael David Hicks death investigation now going to create a change, or people looking at this in a different way?
You know, I think that people are looking at these deaths now. I don't necessarily know if that death is connected, because we simply don't know enough right now. We really don't. Carl Grillmair's death is very troubling, though, to me, for a number of reasons. And Carl Grillmair, I know his wife mentioned that she doesn't think that this was connected at all. And sure, maybe so, but there's still so much that we don't know. He was a Caltech genius astrophysicist, and this man that killed him was on his property in December of 2025. He called police because this guy had an unregistered rifle. Obviously, we didn't know at the time it was unregistered, but he gets arrested, this guy, Freddie Snyder, and for whatever reason, Los Angeles decides to just let him out, ROR, and the charges, a felony weapons. Yes, thank you. A felony weapons charge was just dropped by February 5th. And then he goes back and shoots Carl Grillmair, allegedly, right, on February 16th. I mean, I don't understand it. Like, Carl Grillmair lived in a very isolated area. He would have had to have known. He had to have planned this. And again, Los Angeles is like, or actually California's a Stone Age. I don't have all the paperwork yet. I've had to FOIA request this and write letters. It's insane.
30 seconds.
We got to release this, man. People are dying over this. I mean, I don't know. It's crazy. Do you think that if Trump, I'm surprised he hasn't had his life taken, you know?
Anything from authorities?
Maybe that's why he keeps flip-flopping.
connecting this at all? Have they given that?
No,
they're being quiet.
They are not coming out, and I think that this would be the FBI to say anything, right? Or somewhere, you know, someone at the White House, let's say. But no, local authorities are not connecting anything.
Lauren Conlon, always good seeing you. Thanks for coming on. Appreciate it.
Of course. Thank you, Jesse.
So strange.
Yep. Yep. Very, very strange, man. I don't know. That's all I'm going to get into today. Hey, man, if you guys want to watch more, like, subscribe, please. If you want me to keep doing this, the damn algorithm, okay? I need your help. Get on it. I'm out of here. I'm burning up. Peace out.